Educated guess is that you and I will be sitting here with Keyshawn discussing LeBron and the Lakers next October. I would need a fainting couch if LeBron is not
we
playing
don't want you to do that.
in LA next year. I get all the posturing. It's smart of him to do. He needs some leverage with this team. But I just don't see him going anywhere. There's nowhere that feels like, man, that's such a natural fit. He's just got to go team up with this person that he would actually pick up his house.
Bus family sells the Lakers to Mark Walter at a $10 billion valuation. Talk to us about that decision and what that means for the Lakers.
Well, he's been around sports. He's been buying teams. He's had an interest.
Mark Walter just drew a line in the sand. The Lakers owner, tired of the drama, tired of the uncertainty, tired of the year-to-year waiting game, delivered a strict warning to LeBron James: commit or leave. No more mixed signals, no more speculation. Make a decision. And LeBron's response? He didn't hesitate. He said he's leaving, right there in front of everyone. The meeting lasted 15 minutes. It ended a dynasty, and now the entire NBA is picking up the pieces.
What's the value for you guys at this point of the season, for you and AD to get most of a fourth quarter off and have at least a little bit of a lighter load? Does that make a difference at this point of the season?
Of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, can't say and say not. I mean, obviously, the game dictates itself when you play the game. However, the chips may fall. And today we had an opportunity to bump the lead up in the third, and started fourth. We kind of kept it going early on, and then we were able to shut down. So that's good.
We know that you and Mike and everybody always have a plan, but with the back-to-back, how are you feeling at this point?
And a turnover. Jokic gives it away. Dončić lob it up. LeBron James! Big finish!
It was supposed to be a routine check-in. Mark Walter, the billionaire who purchased the Lakers for a record $10 billion, requested a private meeting with LeBron James to discuss the future. Luka, Dončić, and Austin Reaves were also invited, a sign that this wasn't just about one player, but about the direction of the entire franchise. What happened next, no one saw coming. According to sources inside the room, Walter opens a meeting with a directness that left everyone stunned. LeBron, I'm going to be honest with you, Walter reportedly said. We can't keep doing this year to year. The team needs stability, the fans need clarity, and this franchise needs to know what its future looks like. He laid out the numbers, the $52.6 million player option, the salary cap implications, the need to build around Luka Dončić and Austin Reaves for the long term. Then came the warning. If you're not all in, if you're not committed to being here next season and helping us build something sustainable, then we need to know now, because we can't wait until July to figure out our future. The room went silent. Luka and Reaves exchanged glances. LeBron sat motionless. Then he spoke. You want an answer? Here it is. I'm leaving. 4 words. That's all it took. The meeting ended in 15 minutes, but the fallout was just beginning. Subscribe to see what happened next.
Should be fun. Should be fun. Really fun.
Yeah, LeBron, good to see you again. Good luck this year. What's your level of excitement and anticipation of playing with your son?
It's a lot of excitement. Just pure joy, to be honest, to be able to come to work every day, put in the work, hard work with your son. Every day, and be able to see him continue to grow. We push each other. He pushed me, I push him.
Tonight, was there any thought at all that, this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
LeBron James didn't make this decision lightly. For 8 years, he had given everything to the Lakers. A championship in 2020, the all-time scoring record, countless nights of brilliance that kept the franchise relevant. But the relationship had been fraying for months. The ESPN exposé in January had revealed the tension. Jeannie Buss, once a close confidant, had privately expressed frustration with LeBron's influence, feeling he wasn't grateful enough for the Lakers drafting his son, Bronny. The article detailed years of friction, of power struggles, of a partnership that had run its course. Then came the 65-game rule. For the first time in his career, LeBron found himself ineligible for all NBA honors after missing too many games, a direct result of the Lakers' load management strategy. He called the rule catastrophic for players' legacies and finances. It was another reminder that the franchise was prioritizing its future over his individual accolades. And finally, there was the basketball. The Lakers were 37-25, sixth in the Western Conference. Respectable, but not championship caliber. LeBron had told reporters earlier that teams like Oklahoma City were championship teams, while the Lakers can't sustain energy and effort for 48 minutes. He knew the gap between his team and the contenders. He knew what it would take to close it, and he knew the Lakers weren't willing to spend what was necessary. When Walter issued his ultimatum, LeBron didn't need time to think. He already knew his answer. The reasons were clear, but the reaction from LeBron's teammates? That's where this story gets even more complicated. Subscribe to see how Luka and Reaves responded.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can see it, me smiling on the court, having fun. JJ told me, you got to have one that Black Hawk moment you have. So I think I had one, but, just felt like me a little bit, so I was happy.
How encouraging is it for you to find your game like this quickly, and then to see the team come along, have the defensive effort as well, and just have that all come together? What kind of confidence does it give you about your new team?
Great confidence, I remember when was the last time I won here, so, it was really...
In his seventh season from Slovenia, number 77,
Luka Dončić didn't say a word during the meeting. Neither did Austin Reaves. They sat in stunned silence as their teammate, their leader, the man who had welcomed them to Los Angeles, announced he was leaving. But after the meeting ended, they followed LeBron into the hallway. According to sources, Luka was the first to speak. "Bro, you can't just walk out like that. We need you. I need you." Reaves nodded, his eyes red. "We can figure this out. We can talk to Mark. We can make it work." LeBron turned to face them. For a moment, the mask slipped. These weren't just teammates. They were family. Luka, the young superstar who had been traded to Los Angeles just over a year ago, had looked up to LeBron as a mentor. Reaves, the undrafted miracle who had become a max contract player, owed his career in part to LeBron's belief in him. "I love you both," LeBron said quietly, "but this isn't about you. It's about what's best for my family. And right now, that means going home." He hugged them both and walked away. Later, sources confirmed that both Luka and Reaves had been vocal about wanting LeBron to stay. Dončić and Reaves are expected to be in James's ear as well about coming back to the Lakers, a report had noted weeks earlier. If Dončić and Reaves want James back, Buss and Pelinka would welcome James back since they want to appease their future franchise players. But this time, the pleading wasn't enough. The teammates made their case, but LeBron's mind was made up. The next chapter reveals where he's going and why Cleveland is calling. Within hours of the meeting, news leaked that LeBron James would be returning to the Cleveland Cavaliers for a third stint. The city that had watched him grow from a teenager into a legend was ready to welcome him home one last time. The fit was obvious. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, a roster that was already contending in the Eastern Conference. LeBron wouldn't have to carry the load like he did in his first two Cleveland stints. He could be a facilitator, a mentor, a closer when needed. The money was complicated. Cleveland was over the second apron and could only offer the veteran minimum, roughly $3.6 million for a player of LeBron's tenure, but both sides knew the math didn't stop at the contract. LeBron's farewell tour, the streaming rights, the merchandise sales, the money would find him. It always did. Golden State had also been mentioned as a possibility, with the Warriors reportedly interested in pairing LeBron with Steph Curry for an Avengers-level super team. The New York Knicks had emerged as another option, but in the end, home won out. He knows it would be foolish to decide in the emotional fog of an 82-game season, one league source had said, but LeBron had decided anyway. because sometimes the heart knows what it wants long before the head catches up. The homecoming is set, but what happens to the Lakers now? The final chapter reveals the aftermath. The Lakers woke up to a new reality. LeBron James was gone. The face of their franchise for 8 years, the man who had delivered a championship in 2020, the all-time leading scorer. All of it was now history. Mark Walter got what he wanted, clarity. The Lakers would now build around Luka Dončić and Austin Reaves with roughly $50 million in cap space to reshape the roster. They could pursue Giannis Antetokounmpo in a blockbuster trade. They could sign young wings who could shoot and defend. The future was wide open, but the present was brutal. Season ticket cancellations flooded the box office. Merchandise sales plummeted. The mystique that LeBron had rebuilt over 8 years crumbled overnight. Shams Charania had seen it coming. Weeks earlier, he'd declared on the Pat McAfee show that the end is near with this relationship, however you want to slice it. Now his words felt prophetic. In Cleveland, they were already planning the parade. Donovan Mitchell posted a photo of himself as a kid wearing a LeBron jersey. James Harden, who had been acquired at the trade deadline, said simply, "This is history." LeBron James is going home. Not as a savior this time, not as the kid carrying the weight of a franchise on his shoulders. He's going home as a legend, as a champion, as the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He's going home to finish what he started. And the Lakers, they'll survive, they always do, but they'll never be quite the same without the king. Mark Walter issued a warning. LeBron James called his bluff, and in 15 minutes, 8 years of history came to an end. The Lakers will build around Luka and Reaves. Cleveland will welcome their king home, and LeBron James will write his final chapter where it all began. Was Walter right to issue the ultimatum, or did he just lose the greatest player in franchise history? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. Subscribe for more stories that go beyond the headlines.